It finally happened, y'all. Giannis was traded. Giannis was traded to the Miami Heat out of anywhere. And like before we get into it, I live in Wisconsin, right? And Giannis saved the Bucks. And I know I know he won a championship for us, but like I really feel like we let him down. Also, I need to get a haircut because the hair's starting to like get in my eye a little bit before it's bad, but I honestly feel like we let Giannis down after winning the championship, which that all he wanted to do was bring one to Milwaukee, which I appreciate, but I honestly feel like we let him down. Um, I feel like it really went downhill when we traded for Dame. And all honestly, I say we. I'm a Knicks fan, but I also root for the Bucks because they're nearby, and Giannis. Giannis is just a lovable guy. Honestly, the I feel it all went down when we traded for Dame. Cause we traded first of all. The year after the championship, we went to the Western Conference Finals. We lost in seven to the Celtics, but we also had injuries to Chris Middleton. So, they kind of panicked and they traded for Dame. What what was like, kind of dumb. Oh, actually, I think no. We lost that year and then we lost again the year after, and that's when we traded for Dame. But it was injuries. Both years it was injuries. So no matter what we traded for Dame, um we traded Drew Holiday, and then we traded just Drew Holiday, honestly. Like first of all, we traded Drew Holiday. He ended up going on to win another championship. So us trading him was low key dumb. I know we did it for Dame, but Dame didn't even want to stay. He wanted to go to Miami, where Giannis is right now. But it's just disappointing. And then we traded Chris Middleton. I know he was aging, but we traded him for Kyle Kuzma. What does Kyle Kuzma do on the basketball court? You could call me a fake fan if you want, but I genuinely don't know. He plays defense, right? And he I honestly, if you told me what he does, I would tell you he's just a defensive player, which he probably is. But like beside all the memes, like Kyle Kuzma, like whatever. But we traded Chris Middleton for him, and we gave up AJ Mitchell, a young prospect. AJ Mitchell is a young he could have became something. He probably is going to become something in the future. And then Dame tore his Achilles sadly. Before that we went out to the Pacers, and then we went out again back to back years. So obviously there's something really wrong, like already wrong with the team. But and then Giannis, I mean Dame tears his Achilles, and then we waive him and stretch his contract. So we have like I don't even know how much dead money it is. I think it's like 25 plus mil of dead money like that the Bucks can't use at all. So that's when it really went down. Cause you got a player like Dame, and you cut. I will. Why? First of all, why are you cutting Dame? They cut Dame and stretched him for Miles Turner because Chris Middleton walked, and Miles Turner is trash and he's corny. Y'all seen that? Like, come on, yo. Like, are we being serious? That shit's corny. I perfectly recreated that. I just seen the video again today. But like, oh man, like that's what happened. Now we got all that money sitting around that we can't use. So Giannis was screwed, and then you got Miles Turner, who's had a terrible like year. So he's like, it's honestly just like upper management at the Bucks that just failed Giannis, and honestly, like in the worst way, like the dumbest way too. Like it could have easily been avoided, and they still did. So that's what happened with Giannis, but Giannis is the Heat. I'm looking at it right now. They traded Giannis and Bobby Portis. What's gonna happen with the Nassus? What if the Nassus just becomes the star of the Bucks? Then you better trade Giannis back. So yeah. But they traded Bobby Portis and Giannis for Tyler Hero, who's from Milwaukee, so they would probably keep him, and Kalel Ware and Jaime Jaquez, and then like I can't even say the other guy's name, but and then three first round picks, including the 13th pick this year, one pick swap and a second rounder. So yeah, honestly, this Giannis trade saga has been going on for like 2 years now. But this is the package they got for him, and honestly, man, like, okay, if I'm the Bucks, I feel like honestly I would have tried to get our picks back because they can't even properly tank anymore because of the way the draft was changed, like the odds was changed, and also they don't have their picks, so they're just cooked. This team is not going to. Maybe they go to the play-in, but still they don't have their picks for like the next how many years? But yeah, I don't. They probably keep Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware. I don't know what Jaime Hawkins does, to be honest. Like realistically, like if you ask me what he does, I would tell you he's just a tall guy with long hair. I don't know. He's a fan. I don't even know he like realistically is he even an offensive guy? I don't know. But I mean, like just buy Giannis. Like a good run here. Uh, but honestly, that starting five for the Heat is not bad. If they bring back Norman Powell, it's Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. Honestly, that's like a shittier, like that's like a Walmart version of that 2021 Bucks team. Davion Mitchell is like a shittier version of Drew because he's a defensive guard, right? And then you got Norman Powell, who is you could say Norman Powell is like a shorter version of Chris Middleton, maybe. But and then you don't have your Brooke Lopez because Bam. I don't Can Bam shoot threes? I don't think Bam shoots threes, right? I know he dropped 83, but I'm pretty sure he can't shoot. Like he don't shoot threes. And you got Giannis, so it's like a shittier, like a bootleg version of that 2021 Bucks team. But good luck in Miami, Giannis. We always appreciate you. I didn't want to end like this. It's heartbreaking. But honestly, do you think that team makes some noise next year in the playoffs? Uh, I don't think they're winning the championship, but they definitely could be like a fourth seed, maybe third seed. But yeah, I just want to, first big trade of the offseason. Yeah, that was everything. Thanks for watching if you guys are watching.